The Fast and Furious was a 2003 racing video game developed by Genki and due to be published by Universal Interactive. This particular game should not be confused with the 2006 release of the same name. That particular release was created by British developer EU Technics. There is very little information regarding the 2003 cancelled Fast and Furious game. The only information which can be found on the internet is press releases stating information about the game. The game is obviously based on the Fast and Furious franchise. You would live a street racer's life, tuning and racing nitrous-infused custom cars for cash, mods and credibility, and racing through the beautifully rendered city streets of Los Angeles. The game features fully licensed vehicles from car manufacturers such as Mitsubishi, Mazda, Toyota, Nissan and other popular Fast and Furious vehicles from both the first movie and from Too Fast and Too Furious. The game would have up to 80 story-driven missions that will let you build up your reputation and credit on the streets of Los Angeles. Doing some more research on this particular title, I found that IGN actually done a preview on this particular game. They stated that the customizable features of the game looked very impressive. But one aspect of the game which IGN weren't particularly happy with was the graphical presentation. Apparently the game had a lot of graphical popping and some of the effects in the game looked very lackluster in comparison to Need for Speed Underground. Obviously IGN had an early preview build and the final release would probably benefit from that extra development time, but there's no concrete information as to why the game got cancelled. It could be anything from Universal not being happy with the progress being made on the game, or it could be that Genki wanted to focus their resources on their Tokyo Extreme Racer franchise, which was very successful in the US and Japan. It is a real shame that this game never got released. The Fast and Furious franchise is a favourite of mine and it still pulls in the crowds at theatres to this very day. Back in the early 2000s, there wasn't much variety in the street racing genre. It was either Need for Speed Underground or the Tokyo Extreme Racer franchise if you wanted to play a decent street racing game. So it would have been interesting to see what this 2003 iteration of Fast and Furious would have been like. It could have been absolutely terrible, or it could have actually innovated in certain ways which would have improved the street racing genre. The developer of the 2003 cancelled Fast and Furious game was Genki. This Japanese developer had such a cult following in the US and Japan purely because of their successful street racing franchises in those regions, which makes the cancellation of the 2003 Fast and Furious game all the more disappointing. It had every opportunity to be great, but alas, it was one of those games that was never meant to be and will forever remain cancelled.